there's not one clear definition of Tantra. Broadly, what I'm calling Tantra is the teachings that you can derive in Agamas. There are 92 of them, Shaivites and Shakta Agamas. But the similar teachings are found also in the Pancharatra Agamas. They are the Vaishnava Tantras. The same way in Buddhist Agamas, like a Guhya Samaja Tantra or Chakra Sambhara Tantra, Vajravarahi. So these teachings are there. What we find predominantly in these texts, like called Agamas or Tantras, are the processes of some philosophies, almost always non-dual or dualist non-dual type philosophies, and like a Vishishta Dvaita type philosophy. So simply what do we mean by qualified non-dualism is like rather than saying everything is just one only and reject everything, it's like the example of a forest would be good, because in a forest as a forest it is one, but as a distinctive tree like a mango tree or the oak tree or teak wood tree, all these are different. So in singularity, there is the plurality preserved within it. When you say the forest, and you cannot say the mango identity is denied there. No, mango tree as a mango tree is there within the concept of the forest. Right. There can be many other trees. So the same way, anyway. So broadly, that type of philosophy, and then the tantras also have the yogic techniques. Mostly like the concept of Kundalini is so popular today, but they originally came from Tantric Agamas. The chakra system, they came from Tantric Agamas. They are not in Patanjali's yoga, for example. They came from Tantric Agamas. And so many types of visualization of mandalas, they came from Tantric Agamas, like Sri Yantra, Sri Chakra, a bit popular these days. So that came from Tantric Agamas. And it goes on, so many different yoga. And then there are many routine practices on the deities and mantras and visualization. But more than that, you even have the temple constructions. You even have a statue, how to form, how to construct different statues. What is the proportion between the statue and the temple. You are not going to find these things in so-called Vedic text. These are encoded in the Agamas, in the Agamic text. So, starting from the making of the temple, even the consecration of the statue, daily worship of the statue, all these are routine rituals, are parts of the Tantric Agamas. And so we have now what happened, we have blended all the teachings and broadly Tantra became almost like a taboo and then we have universalized Tantric practices and we are calling them Vedic. Tantric Agamas continue the stream of thoughts that you can trace in the Upanishads, early Upanishads themselves. So even the rituals were not like completely juxtaposing the Vedic rituals. A lot of ritual structures are also the same. But what happened, Tantras made it accessible to all classes. In Tantra, Pravritte Bhairavi Chakre Sarve Varna Dijataya. Everybody, when I was 19, I had two choices. One, to go to Germany and go for my master's, or to go to Varanasi and study Agamas. I chose the latter. I had a scholarship in both places. I chose not to go to Germany.
So you left to Germany and...
Yes, that is what I thought was more important to me at the time, Even though later I actually went for my PhD, but I didn't go to Germany for my master's, and I wanted just to teach in Gurukula. I didn't have any dreams to go to the West. That was not part of me, but many things happened. Let's not talk about it. But anyway, why did I go to Varanasi? Is because my Guruji said, all the good intellectual people these days go to standard schools, and who are coming to traditional Gurukulas are the people who are not able to go to any of the formal schools, whose parents don't want to send them or are not able to send them to regular schools. And then what do these kids who are going to these type of ashram-based Gurukulas, what do they want? They just want to learn little Sanskrit, to perform some puja, rituals, whatever, learn little astrology, and then that's it. They do not want to be the carrier of civilization the way that was done till the last generation.
Exactly.
So Guruji said, now the times have changed. You have to get a degree, you have to introduce a department, and you have to fight to get this knowledge mainstreamed. So that became my mission. I went to Banaras, I went back to Nepal, I struggled and finally succeeded in introducing the Department of Tantric Studies around 91, and it is still running there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, last winter I went to Nepal, and then I picked up the same battle, and then we had a lot of conversations in different levels, and I heard that the Nepal government has accepted the education ministry to incorporate Agamic studies within all the Sanskrit schools, 250 of them in Nepal, as a Aicchik, means optional subject. So in the West, when I went to the West, we didn't have proper academic representation, and the first thing I did, by support and help with my friends, we started within American Academia, American Academy of Religion. I, alongside another friend, we co-chaired and started a Tantra group, and we started inviting papers on Tantra, and I chaired that for about 6 years, and now it is flourishing. In the beginning, we used to have like 2 or 3 papers, people, scholars wanting to write or talk about Tantra. Now we get like 50 papers, We even, we are getting more and more volumes published, so bigger awareness coming. And now, then this is the third phase, or the stage of my life where I'm frequently coming back to India, and I hope that with the help of all of you, that our society is ready or willing to wake up enough that to discredit Tantra is to discredit 50% of your own civilization.
yeah.
And to misunderstand, you cannot find one illiterate guy cheating society, tricking community, doing some black magic, and then make this heart of the civilization to be defined based on what one crazy person or one kapalika in the cremation ground or some crazy tantrics doing some agori practices does, and then stereotype it based on black magic, based on whatever the obscure rituals they are practicing. These are not even mainstreamed in Tantra themselves, and most of what people do today you cannot find anywhere in tantric texts. So people are randomly picking and doing weird things, and then we are calling those weird, bizarre activities as tantra, and then so we are just giving bad name to a big part of our own civilization. Because why should we study Tantra? Most of the yogic practices, if Patanjali is one of the yogas, there are 92 agamas. Each and every agama has its own unique form of yoga practice. Think how large the yogic practices would be, globally accepted form of spirituality to mainstream throughout the globe, if we were to extract all these teachings and offer to the globe. Look at that.